that fucking sucked. You know, I really don't care about football. Like, I haven't seen that many games in my life, but Jesus Christ. That had to be the worst Super Bowl of all time. At least it was the most boring. Oh my fucking God. Was anyone else getting brain damage watching that game? I didn't even really give a shit about who was playing. I guess I was rooting for the Patriots to lose, just like everybody else. But you know, 2 years ago, when the Patriots had the greatest comeback ever in that game, where it was like over at halftime, I was on the edge of my seat watching that. So you know, when there's good things happening and the game is close, it can be amazing, and now it's just... what a waste of time. And that would have been fun on its own, but then the commercials sucked, the halftime show sucked. I haven't even really watched that much SpongeBob, but I can only imagine how pissed the fans were. Promising you're gonna do a tribute to the creator who passed away last year, and then... doing what? What was that? They played that SpongeBob clip, and then that was it. I haven't even seen the episode everyone was talking about that victory song, whatever, but I know it wasn't playing because everybody was pissed. The trailers weren't that good. I was waiting the whole freaking show for the Endgame trailer. And Star Wars Ep 9. Where was my Ep 9 teaser? They said, jeez man, you people gotta step up your game. Who watches the Super Bowl for football? But they did play Andy Warhol eating Burger King, and that was the highlight. I had some people tell me, oh, you don't understand or appreciate football to really get that defensive game, that game of attrition. Guess I'm an idiot! The game being terrible would have been fine if the trailers were better, if the fucking commercials were funny, if the halftime show was any good. Yo, Adam Levine, man, I kinda like you, man, but like, what the fuck was that shit, dude? Man, you've got California tattooed on your belly. What the fuck, man? Wait, really? Dude, why? The NFL actually released a 13.5-minute video of the highlights of the game. Highlights of a 16-point game. This is why I don't watch sports. The whole time I was waiting for a game. Wait. What do you mean it played in the first quarter?
Not us.
But we got it. We got the Endgame teaser. I mean, it was only 25 seconds long, and it really showed nothing, but you know, it's better than the movie being spoiled. It really is. I have no idea what's about to happen, and it has excited me beyond belief. The sequel to the greatest movie of our time. I don't care what anyone thinks. Infinity War is the greatest movie of our time. All you naysayers would have been the same ones back when Star Wars came out saying, oh, it's not that good, Yoda was boring, Empire Strikes Back is dumb and stupid. Now every single one of you has it on the best ever list. Even best sequels ever made. Empire is on everybody's list. Every person's list who has any credibility has The Empire Strikes Back on the best sequels ever made list. And just the best movies ever made list. Now, if you go back in time, how much of a backlash was there? How many naysayer critics, oh, this is a science fantasy movie. You can't call this great. Same thing's happening now, man. Just, oh, Thanos is a purple, blue dude. It's fucking Infinity War's 30 people are all superheroes. It can't be great. Let's just keep calling La La Land the best movie of 2016. You fucking morons. Sellouts. Unbelievable, dude. Like, that's the way it is, folks. Somehow, some way, it's more acceptable to say something like La La Land is the best movie of 2016 or La La Land is a great movie. But then you say the actually great movie, which is Infinity War, is amazing and wonderful and it's going to be loved and watched over and over again, and as time progresses it will only get better and better. And to say that somehow it being a superhero film discredits it, it means you don't know what you're talking about. It means you made up your mind before you entered the theater. And that's why I can't trust most of the critics. That's why I can't trust most people on movies. I just can't. And then 10 years down from the line, they'll be like, oh yeah, Infinity War was amazing. And every one of these idiots who didn't have it on their 10 best list will have it on their best of lists. I promise you. Even fucking Chris Stuckman, he likes everything. And he didn't even really like Infinity War that much. He gave it a B+ when it came out. And then guess what? Guess the fuck what? Eight months later, at the end of the year, it made his top 10 list of the year. Like, I knew it would. This is what happens. Time reveals all. And so I ask you, if you don't recognize the things that are great, when they are great, at the time that they are great, then what good are you? Same people who call Infinity War a mess somehow will tell you to go see La La Land, or that La La Land is worth seeing, and they're fucking idiots, and you shouldn't listen to people like that because they were encouraged to say that La La Land is great and worth seeing. And they were discouraged from saying that Infinity War was great, simply because of genre. That's it. Even though objectively Infinity War is a better film than La La Land, there's no, you can't disagree with that. You can say you personally liked La La Land more. I don't give a shit if you personally liked it more. I don't care. But you can't come to the conversation and say and talk about these things when you have no idea what you're talking about. Infinity War just gets better every time I see it. It's just the visuals among the best ever made. The voice acting by Josh Brolin as Thanos is one of the greatest villains of all time. Thor is one of the most badass characters ever. Stormbreaker, all the music, Alan Silvestri's score, among the most beautiful and perfect scores of all time. And just the comedy was so good. And never out of place and awkward like it was in a lot of the other Marvel films. And everything meant something. And all the shots were right. And nothing was out of place. And the editing was perfect. And just so many crowd-cheering moments. I've never felt so riveted my entire life. And Infinity War blew my mind over and over and over again. Over and over! Infinity War blew my mind in the theaters. I just couldn't believe I was witnessing the greatest film of our time. Especially what that film had to accomplish. Really look what that movie had to accomplish. Just on those terms alone, it succeeds. And then every element of filmmaking, I cannot believe how good this movie is. It's so good. And so I don't care if you don't think it's great. You would have been the same person saying Star Wars isn't great back in the day. You would have been the same fucking... Don't say you wouldn't. You would have been the same idiot saying that Yoda was bad. Or that Empire Strikes Back was boring and useless. See, this is the problem. Everybody's just dishonest, man. Everybody... most people are just so fucking dishonest. All this... what the masses think and what they don't think and hipster shit and just... Oh. Infinity War... It's going to make a lot of money, and it's a Marvel movie. I can't say I liked it, or loved it, or that it's amazing, or that it's the best movie of our time. Oh, but something like La La Land, oh, it's getting recognition from meaningless awards and critics. And it's a colorful musical with likable people. I have to say it's amazing. Even though it wasn't. Man, this is depressing. But oh my god, Endgame. Oh my fucking god. I love this shot of Tony and Nebula making something. I don't know what it is. Some new suit, some new armor, whatever. It's incredible that they're... with the music, and then you see fucking Thor for a split second walking away with Stormbreaker. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool. It's so cool. I don't even know where he is. Is he in Wakanda? It's so amazing. Oh my god. And then Cap doing his shield thing, tightening the grip. I can't think about this movie. I have to make a conscious effort to suppress my feelings on this movie because I just won't be able to breathe. I'm excited for movies again. I was losing hope for a while before Infinity War came out. And it was so good. It just brought everyone together. Everybody at my job talked about it for hours, for days, for weeks. We just couldn't stop talking about it, theorizing. And what it all meant, and what it means to us. Who the fuck was talking about La La Land 5 minutes after leaving the theater? It was alright. Oh, do you remember any of the music? Not really. City of Stars? Eh. Forget the haters. Forget the people that will change their mind on a whim based on what others tell them. Decide for yourself. I know people know in their hearts that Infinity War is amazing. Most people do agree. Most people I talked to had their minds blown by that film. And it's an achievement that probably will never happen again, ever, in the history of cinema. I cannot believe... It's just like when I saw Cloud Atlas. It changes things. It has changed everything. It's just unreal that people don't recognize it. It's just so unreal to me. It's so funny. I'm just so consistently let down by people and their rhetoric on movies and art. But it's okay. As I said, time will reveal everything. In time, they will understand. In time, everybody understands. Many of the very best films of all time had some sort of insane polarization or backlash upon their initial release. A lot of the very now widely agreed upon best films by most people. And if you go back to their history, even AFI's Top 100, a lot of them were not liked or flopped at the box office or failed with the critics. So, but people of the time, I know that there were people of the time who knew what was up. Just like I know people of this time know what's up. Maybe they're in the minority or they're not as loud as all the other fucking morons, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. My personal opinion is that Infinity War is one of my favorite things of all time. It's got to be my favorite movie-going experience. It's the greatest movie of our time. Objectively, too. Objectively, it is one of the greatest films ever made. That's just the truth. And it may take you your whole life to realize that. Or for the zeitgeist to catch up with that. But it'll happen. I can almost promise you, 30 years from now, there will be a list. Greatest movies ever made. Greatest action films ever made. Greatest superhero films. Whatever category, Infinity War will make people's lists. At least the ones who know what they're talking about. Maybe it'll actually fall under a sequel category. Or if there's way more universe franchises, it'll be like best franchise film. I love it. I love Infinity War. I'm so hyped for Endgame. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care what anyone thinks about it. Because people were like, oh, wait a minute. Whew. He's calling a superhero film one of the best films ever made, the greatest film of our time. You can't do that. Greatest film ever made. It's got to be a musical. It's got to be a historical period drama piece. It's got to be loved by the Academy and everybody. It's so good. it gets better every time I see it. Even that noise when Thor's walking away with Stormbreaker is like, it's like I know that's just the soundtrack name, but it sounds like it's Stormbreaker just like, you know, remember it made that noise when it fell out of Thanos' chest, like that magnetism sound. You can hear it just that split second. God damn, the Russo brothers know how to make things fucking epic. And regardless of how Endgame turns out, even if everybody's brought back to life and it's all undone, it does not take away the incredible powerfulness of Infinity War. It does not take away that ending where I cried my fucking eyes out. It does not take that away, people. Not for a second. Maybe it'll affect what happens and what we all think of Endgame, but it will not change Infinity War. That will forever be in my heart. So yeah, fuck the NFL for that game and the halftime show and the commercials and whoever else was involved with any sort of decision aside from Burger King and allowing them to do the Andy Warhol thing. That was genius. The Andy Warhol thing was amazing and good job on the Endgame TV spot. Everything else sucked. Brain damage. This is why I don't watch sports.